What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. And the Queen is back in WWE, and now she's the winner of the 2025 Royal Rumble. Why did WWE give her a second Royal Rumble win, and what does it mean for the women's division? Well, join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at all the real reasons why Charlotte Flair won the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Number 1. Fast-tracking Flair to number 17. Now, will John Cena break Ric Flair's record of 16 World Championships? Now, while that remains to be seen, it's looking very likely that Charlotte will soon tie Papa Flair's record. A world title win at Mania will take Flair to world title number 15, and it's not out of the question that she could win a second women's world title before the end of 2025. While it would be senseless to rush into world title number 17, getting Flair to 16 will create the storyline of whether Flair can beat her father's record, and this will instantly turn any title match involving Flair into a must-see event. Number 2. A royal reminder. Charlotte Flair's Royal Rumble appearance was more than about a win. The match was about WWE reminding fans of just how special the Queen is and why fans should pay close attention to everything she does. Granted, the WWE probably took things a little bit too far, not only by giving her a pyro for her entrance, but by the announcers gushing over her throughout the match, noting the change in energy in the match, and doing just about everything but nominating her for a Nobel Prize. WWE booked Flair like a true champion, showing her dealing with legends such as Trish Stratus and Nikki Bella, fellow greats like Bianca Belair and Bayley, and dealing with the rising stars such as Roxanne Perez and Jordynne Grace. Rest assured, there are huge plans ahead for Charlotte Flair, and WWE has done everything possible to make this clear. While it may seem unnecessary for WWE to go to such lengths, it's important to remember that Flair has been off television for over a year. With WWE's audience steadily increasing, there are probably some fans who aren't as familiar with Flair's work as WWE would like. This isn't the first time Flair has been off TV due to injuries or personal time, such as when she got married, so it's helpful to portray her so strongly. It's also a standard operating procedure for WWE, which routinely books Flair into championships as soon as she returns. Number 3. WWE always want Flair in the spotlight. Charlotte Flair has been in the spotlight ever since she started in NXT, and continuing her into main roster debut. Flair's pedigree as the son of legendary grappler Nature Boy Ric Flair is just part of the reason why WWE is pushing her so hard. Flair has repeatedly shown she is a clutch player for the women's division, capable of 5-star matches with a broom, not to mention some very strong promos. Although Flair has been better as a heel than a babyface, she's a capable babyface which only adds to her value. Number 4. Flair needs a championship. Now, this one seems controversial. As we've seen, WWE traditionally pushes Flair strongly, and if you followed her career, you know that part of this push involves Charlotte holding titles, whether they're singles or tag team belts. Flair appears to be a kind of wrestler WWE believes needs a title more than others. This is counterintuitive, as you'd think a megastar doesn't need a belt all the time, but nevertheless, it's WWE's policy for Flair for years, and a Rumble win proves this. Number 5. Making up for 2020. Now, although WWE sees her as a top player, that doesn't always mean she's been booked right. Case in point, her 2020 Royal Rumble win, where the WWE had to use her World Championship opportunity to challenge NXT Women's Champion Ria Ripley rather than the champions on Raw and SmackDown. That move didn't make any sense, especially since WWE doesn't count her NXT Women's Championships when calculating the number of world titles she's accumulated. At one point, fans thought that Flair might be using her star power to give Rhea, who was still years away from her current role as a megastar, the big rub. But that didn't happen, as Flair defeated Ripley at WrestleMania and didn't drop the title directly. Instead, Flair lost the NXT Women's Championship in a triple threat match to Io Shirai, aka Io Sky, after Io pinned Ripley. Incredibly, this was the highlight of Flair's 2020 singles career, as she spent most of the year off recovering from a medical procedure. It's clear 2020's Royal Rumble win was wasted, and while there are no do-overs in this situation, this year's win was a way to at least make up for some bad booking. Number 6. Creating fresh mega matchups. Now, it's difficult to imagine a time when WWE's female roster has been so loaded not only with main eventers, but megastars who can instantly elevate a PLE or launch a big money program. Names like Becky Lynch, Bayley, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley come to mind, but Charlotte Flair is arguably second to none. Well, the question of who is the true queen of the women's division has never been more interesting, and Flair's return, along with what may be a quick women's championship win, means the WWE has a fresh slate of main event matchups to headline its PLEs. The days of when WWE booked talents into endless rematches are over, which means there are some matches fans haven't seen in a while or possibly at all. Number 7. Using Flair to elevate younger talent. A Charlotte Flair's win is more than about reminding fans why she's considered one of the best. A reminder fans will see when Flair inevitably uses a Rumble win to head WrestleMania and capture another title, but re-establishing Flair as a top-tier performer is also a great way to elevate other wrestlers and create new superstars. Does this mean that Charlotte Flair will count the lights regularly for WWE's younger talent? Well, of course not. However, there are many ways to put rising stars over, including losing to the creme de la creme in a way that makes the loser look like they might have won had things gone a bit differently. Number 8, it's a huge boost for Tiffany Stratton. Now, is Charlotte going to challenge Tiffany Stratton for a Women's World Championship, or will she go after Rhea Ripley? Now, we'll examine the scenario with Ripley next, but a match against Tiffany Stratton has all the makings of an instant classic. Both wrestlers are known for speaking their mind and aren't afraid to acknowledge their accomplishments. Charlotte and Tiffany could also put on clinics, meaning fans should expect a fantastic fight if Flair decides she wants to wrestle Stratton. If the two wrestle, this match could help Tiffany out further by creating a new rivalry for both women and showing that Stratton is capable of keeping up with Flair even if she eventually drops the title. Number 9. Rhea's Revenge. Now, as good as a battle of the Blonde Bombers could be, WWE's fans shouldn't rule out a rematch between Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. This match is a dream match because both ladies rank as top-tier superstars. It's also the follow-up to WrestleMania 39's epic clash where Rhea defeated Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Fans never got to see a follow-up between the two, and WWE can rightly fix this problem, and if Charlotte turns heel, it will shake things up even further as Rhea played a heel at 2023's WrestleMania. Number 10. WWE feels Flair is still their very best. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Asuka, and add in the returning Becky Lynch. As we mentioned, the WWE has never had so many megastars in its women's division, and some might argue that talent like Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, and Io Sky are close behind. Nevertheless, there's always been something about Charlotte Flair that drives the WWE to push her as its queen. Tonight's Rumble win is the latest reminder that, as we'll see next, there are big things ahead for Flair and things that should have happened last year, as WWE is making up for lost time. And finally, WWE is making up for some lost time after the serious injury Flair suffered in December 2023, an injury that's kept her out of action for the whole year. Prior to Flair's injury, the rumors are that WWE had major plans for the Queen in 2024, including a top match at Mania, and in all likelihood another run with the Women's Championship can now all come to fruition. WWE's talented array of female superstars enabled the promotion to keep things running smoothly, but there's no telling how much more smoothly things would have gone had Flair been around to wrestle last year. But now that she's back, expect to see the WWE making up for lost time and booking Flair into some of her biggest matches yet. But there you have it, folks, the real reasons why Charlotte Flair won the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.